my name is Karen Narwhal, and I'm interested in joining the CLSA because it is a community for Canadian law students here at Bond University, and I have a lot of skills that will help the CLSA foster relationships with students. I currently work as an FSL at Bond, which is a future student liaison, and I foster connections with new students that come to Bond, and I think I'd be able to use that to help new students come and make the CLSA and Bond feel like a family for everyone.
Sorry, could you also state the position you're running for as well?
Yes, I'm running for the alumni director.
Hey guys, Jamie Finley from Toronto. I'm running for the competitions director, and why I'm really interested in running for the CLSA is mainly because when I came to Bond, right away I felt a lot of support, especially from this club. There's a lot of intricacies in terms of going back to Canada, regarding NCAs, and just having a support network is great. I love the opportunity to give back in the same way.
Hey guys, McKenna Smith. I'm running for the social events director. I know that the CLSA helped me feel really welcomed when I first arrived here in Australia, and I want to contribute to that supportive environment by helping to organize events that help other Canadian students find their home away from home.
Hi guys, I'm Karis. I'm also running for social events director. And just coming into this law school experience as a whole, I didn't really have an idea of what I was in for, but from orientation day and hearing from other Canadians, I kind of felt at home right away, and I knew I wanted to be part of something that makes Canadian students coming from far away feel at home here, and also help foster community with other students at Bond, so that's what I'm running.
Hi everyone, my name is Nishan Singh. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I'm running for Outbound Director, and the reason I'm interested in joining CLSA is because I'm passionate about fostering an environment of collaboration and inclusivity within our university community. When I first applied to this university, I was actually very excited that there was a Canadian Law Student Association, and I believe that CLSA offers me the opportunity to contribute to creating a positive environment and supporting Canadian law students in their academic and professional journey. And I know it can be very daunting and scary when thinking about going back and what the process is and all that. And I want to be that guy that can help you guys in achieving that and kind of relieving all that stress. Also, as the Vice President of BUSA for Recreation, I want to bring that same energy, and I'll bring some strategies and skills that I have from there and contribute to this team for sure. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Michael Hallaby. I'm applying for the Outbound Director position, and what I hope to contribute to the team is mainly just academics and career support. With the role, there's been inclusions of the Career Development Center workshops. To add to that, I hope to contact the NCA board to hopefully lower the requirements that students will need. So potentially by reducing the research that we'll have to do, which takes 2 months, or potentially reducing the amount of exams that we'll need to write.
Hello guys, my name is Morgan, and I'm running for the secretary position, and I'm really interested in joining CLSA because I think it's such a great club, and it really stands for something so amazing. When you're moving far away from home, it's always nice to know that there's a community waiting for you with open arms to help you not only adapt to your new environment, but also to help you feel included. And I mean, who wouldn't want to be part of something so amazing when welcoming new students and helping current ones find their way back home if that's what they choose.
Hello everyone, I'm Ada McFarlane, and I'm rerunning for Secretary of CLSA. Why I'm interested in joining. I'd say I'm passionate about building connections within the legal fields and providing a community for Canadian students to come to when they feel down or need help during exams and need to feel that support. And then also to create a sense of belonging within the community to help navigate these challenges within law school.
Thank you. So I'll pass on the rest of the questions that we'll be asking to Aiden, your next president, and Parvez, your next VP. All right, Aiden, we'll start with you. How will you manage your time between academic commitments and the CLSA?
So I usually use a schedule to prioritize tasks, and by balancing my academic workload with extracurriculars like the CLSA, I like to allocate blocks of times to the CLSA and make sure I'm responsible ensuring that I stay ahead of school while also managing events and meeting minutes for the CLSA.
And understand that managing both my academic commitments and focusing on my studies is a very important part of being part of the CLSA. And as a postgraduate student, I've had plenty of time over the years to develop and really fine-tune how I can really manage my time effectively. And I have a to-do list that I make every week, and I go through it and make sure everything's done in a timely manner. And I also have a couple of calendars on the go, and they're very detailed, and it really helps me a lot time for class time, tutorials, as well as my extracurriculars and simple things like grocery shopping and downtime.
Thank you. So next semester I'll only have 3 classes. Only one of them is mandatory. It includes like 1 hour tutorial. I am giving my time to probably schedule everything else around the CLSA and then also the LSS. So that means that I can help contribute to all the other events hosted by the CLSA members, as well as host even longer office hours.
Thank you. Time management is my strength, and I prioritize tasks by setting a detailed schedule and having clear deadlines set, and balancing my current role as in BUSA and with academics and my work experiences. It has taught me to delegate work effectively and focus on what actually matters. And I want to bring these strategies into CLSA, which will enhance my experience and everyone else's as well.
Similar to everything that's always been said, but I'm very much a person that relies on my time management schedule. I have color-coded calendars, like different ones, reminders everywhere, and I'm just a person that likes to keep things structured. And for CLSA, being my priority would be like very high on the list of things that I prioritize and plan my schedule around, as well as academics as well. So yeah, those two would be my priority.
I do have lots of prior experience balancing my academics and extracurricular activities. I think it's really important just to set clear deadlines and make sure that you're sticking to them. So I think this can help me balance my CLSA responsibilities effectively without compromising my academic performance.
It'll definitely be a bit of a balancing act, especially if you're trying to do all your readings, as I'm sure everyone here has been very diligent with. But I've definitely been experiencing being time poor in the past. My time at Western University, I was a varsity athlete while running a home maintenance business, and that with the schoolwork was definitely a lot to manage. Huge advocate again for Google Calendar, like I've heard some of the colleagues say as well, and that's how I'll prioritize and stay on top of everything that's needed.
I think we can all agree that law school has taught us to be professional multitaskers. I can say for myself, I definitely am. Already I am balancing school with being an FSL here at Bond, and I also am able to maintain a social life. And I'm also a very detailed, organized individual when it comes to my schedule, so I have no problem when it comes to being able to add something else to my plate.
Awesome. Okay, so we'll move to the next question. How do you envision contributing to the club's sense of community and inclusivity for all students?
To answer that question, I think that my prior skill in the FSL with connecting with future students, I'm able to talk to them, and I actually already encourage them to follow the CLSA Instagram account to be able to build connections already with students. And I want to be able to use my skills with incoming students to be able to help them with their first semester here and the following semesters. And I think also with current students as well too. I know that I'm able to connect with students and get them to be more involved. And I think that I want the CLSA to be a community where everyone can feel welcomed, especially new students and current students.
To contribute to the inclusivity within CLSA, I really want to be an actor kind of like Ryan was, or Aiden, for example, in reaching out to newcomers to the school and making sure everyone feels very welcome. I'm also a huge fan of the Gold Coast, and I love living here so far, so very happy to help people get settled and provide some recommendations, or even maybe go out with them around the town and show them what's up.
I plan to create inclusive events that cater to various interests to ensure that everyone feels welcome. I think that by listening to student feedback and working closely with other team members, I will tailor activities that allow both Canadian culture to feel welcome as well as other bondies here at the university.
How I see myself contributing to the sense of community here, I often see it as community being something that everyone is looking for. Usually people just need that person to break the ice, be a friendly face around, and I see myself being that friendly face around campus that people can come and talk to, and just, even if they don't know what they're asking for, that they don't know what to ask for and things, just be the person that can offer advice and just be that friendly face, and I can see myself doing that within the CLSA.
I envision fostering a welcome environment, creating CLSA into a hub of collaboration. I want students to feel valued, welcomed, and empowered to just reach out and feel comfortable to ask any questions that they have, right? I know when I first got here, I was scared to ask questions, but I had the social skills to reach out and ask for help, and there's students that don't have that skill, and I want to be that first point of contact where I'd be like, hey, I can help you out, let me give you that, let me show you the way.
I hope to develop programs, or at least maintain the programs that we have, such as the mentorship. Pretty much inducting new students into seeing what organizations and law support they have. It's a very formal process, but we can break barriers and make it more casual, reach a larger audience. It's something that I already have experience with, and something that will stay with the students. They'll carry that experience with them into their next semester, and they'll have the trust and knowledge of what the CLSA does and how open it is.
Really similar to what everyone has already said. I think it's really important to foster community and help other incoming students feel welcome and feel empowered to not only ask questions, but feel like they can come to events and be themselves, and really just foster a place and attitude where everyone feels that they can do their best in their experience in law school and have the best experience that they can have.
My aim is just to continue to create a welcoming environment and help all students feel welcome, as I've done before, and just try to continue on and help the CLSA with initiatives and make sure all the events are inclusive, and organize panels and stuff to help people with their NCAs and just help everyone get back to Canada smoothly.
Awesome. So this next part is just for the secretary, so we'll start off with you, Aiden. So why do you think you would be a good fit for this position?
So, having served as secretary for the past term, I feel as though I've developed a strong understanding for the club's operations and needs, and my experience has honed my ability to manage the administrative tasks efficiently and maintain and organize the records. I'm deeply committed to helping the club's success and have built stronger relationships with the team and the community through this, which I believe will help me to continue to contribute even more effectively in a second term.
I would be a good fit for this position because of my strong organizational skills, my attention to detail, and my effective communication abilities. I've had previous secretarial experience all throughout my life in different clubs, committees, and other organizations that I've been a part of. And that past experience has really helped me to hone in on my multitasking abilities and be able to take notes in a very fast-paced environment, as meetings usually are, as well as be able to have a really good sense of note-taking and really concisely take down those notes. And my proactive attitude, coupled with my ability to adapt to those dynamic situations, will help me to make the CLSA the best that it can be.
Those are some pretty great answers. The second question I have for the secretary is, describe a timeline outside of your dedicated role to assist others, you assisted others on a team. What were your contributions outside of your role?
So outside of here, back at my other university, I was a volunteer for new student orientation. And originally, I was just supposed to help set up the event, like put out chairs, signs, just so that everything could be as smooth as it possibly could be for that day. And last minute, there was a couple of kids that, for whatever personal reasons that they had, they weren't able to make it and participate in volunteering. So I was asked if I could step out of my original role after I finished setting up and whatnot, and actually do university campus tours, which is something I was not expecting to do that day, but I was able to step into that role and help students find their way around, as well as answer any questions that they had about incoming into university.
So in Canada, I used to work in a hockey shop. So while working at this hockey shop, one of my colleagues in the sales and equipment sales section became overwhelmed during a busy rush. And during this busy rush, he asked me to help out, although my primary role was to sharpen skates and mail out orders. But I was able to step in, help fitting youths and adults, while also processing sales through the POS. And by doing so, just helping the team stay on top of the rush and improve the customer satisfaction and reinforce the sense of teamwork within the shop.
The last question for the secretary position is, what do you think sets you apart from the other applicants in this position?
So what I think sets me apart is my experience as the secretary being in this past term. It has allowed me to develop a thorough understanding of the roles and demands of the club's culture, which I've consistently shown, and my ability to run these administrative tasks, serving the club as a reliable team player and problem solver, with it additionally dedicating the continuous improvement to the CLSA and helping out the Canadian students.
Although I can respect that Aiden has had previous experience and he just served a term, and I'm sure he did so amazing, I also have experience in the secretarial role. And I think that what sets me apart is the fact that aside from already doing secretary experience as well, I've also had experience in leadership roles and collaborative roles where I'm able to work really good with other people and make my way towards a common goal. And I think that that is what sets me out in helping make CLSA better and run as smoothly as it possibly can. Thank you.
Awesome, we'll move to the outbound position now. So Michael, why do you think you would be a good fit for this position?
I've been to 5 of the outbound seminars. I have a fair expectation of how they run and what's carried over from semesters. From what I know, there may have been collaboration between the students and with Lisa. Even though this is primarily an event hosted by Lisa in terms of her giving the presentation, there's more I'd like to add to it. The big one, which I started off with, was the reduction of the NCA requirements. I'd like to contact them on behalf of the school or even just the Canadian Association, or even in a personal capacity, just to request or to consider whether we could do that as a school. And if not, at the very least, bringing on a member of the NCA or their social programs to come in and talk about that process, even if it's online, be a great help. And secondly, I have experience with the CDC talking to some of their members in terms of my own personal internships and career development. So I have good relations with them. I could bring that over.
The reason I believe I'm a good fit for this position is because I am deeply committed to fostering and creating opportunities for everyone possible so they can succeed. With my leadership experience right now with BUSA and with my organizational skills, I strongly feel that I have the ability to manage events and effectively take on initiatives and effectively take approach on that. I'm very passionate when it comes to having a welcoming environment. I feel like that was the biggest challenge for myself when I got here and from hearing from other students. And when it comes to NCA requirements, I want to make sure it's a seamless process, it's effortless, you know who to go to ask for information. I'm going to be that man. When it comes to new updates, requirements and all that, I'm going to be staying ahead of that, and I want to be able to provide as much information as possible.
So the CLSA runs the NCA Info Seminar every semester. We also introduced and are working on expanding the CDC workshop, where we give students information on resume building and networking skills. So all under the duties of outbound director. How would you expand on this event?
So for the main idea for me is that I want to spread more awareness and kind of maximize participation. I know the seminars can be more filled because I didn't know a lot of friends that weren't able to attend because they didn't know and all that. So I want to maximize as much participation as possible. And in terms of the NCA seminars, I want to make it more interactive, make it more engaging for students, so it's, instead of just sitting in a session and just like looking off slides and just reading off of them, I wanted to make it more interactive, possibly bring in some someone that can kind of provide more information, have some sessions that can provide more information for students as well. And then in regards to the CDC workshops, main thing is about, I want to motivate students to take on mock interviews, take on LinkedIn optimization tips and tools, sessions and such not. And also with the hands-on resume reviews, I've done it myself and I recommend it for everyone else. And like, these are some things that I want to work with the CDC department to kind of enhance it and make it even more better for everyone.
One of the things we can add to the NCA presentation is an actual student experience. So Lisa is not able to go into the student portals because she has a different administrative login. Because I'm graduating, I'll already, by the time it comes to those presentations, have an account. So I can at least log in and show what the portal looks like, how students can go and submit information at that process. Furthermore, with the career development, that's something that we can also space out throughout the semester, at least by exposing them or having reserved spots for students to go and approach the CDC, and for us to really help them out in terms of their networking, LinkedIn profiles, whatnot, to make sure that we get those opportunities for the Canadian students.
Alright, last question. What do you think sets you apart from the other applicants for this position?
My answers have been sufficient on that point, and I guess it's just a matter of what this audience has taken in.
What I believe that sets me apart from Michael is just simply that as everyone that knows me, they know me as someone that I genuinely care for people. I'm here for you guys, no matter the situation, no matter what the problem is. I'm not that type of person that if you give me a problem, I'm just gonna direct you the right way. I will actually show you whatever the process is from start to finish and ensure that before you leave, you have the answer. Instead of sitting there like, am I really sure about this or am I not? So I wanna make sure that any information I provide is clear, concise, and everyone is comfortable to reach out to me whenever, in whatever situation they have. Not just for Alpine Director, but anything, even lifestyle here. I know like everyone on the CLSA team currently, even especially like Ryan, Sean, like whenever I needed help, I wasn't scared to just reach out to them, and they've provided me all this information, and that's why I'm able to be kind of successful in my first semester. And like now I want to be able to be in that position to provide and give back. So yeah.
Alright, now we'll move to social events. So why do you think you would be a good fit for this position?
I think I'd be a good fit for this position based on the past experience I have. At my old university, I was on the university athletics board as a full-time varsity athlete, and I contributed to just getting participation points for my team, helping organize events with that, connecting other varsity groups and making sure that everyone had a safe space within the varsity community, but also felt safe enough to reach out to other students and include them in the student experience with that as well. I'm also an outgoing person. I know that sometimes I walk around looking like it's doomsday, but usually if you say hi, I'll usually smile at you and be like, hey, what's up, what's going on? So I think that tendency to smile and be friendly has helps to bring groups of friends together, and I just like planning events, and I find a lot of fun in planning events that people will enjoy and take something away from.
I believe that I am an ideal fit for this role. At home, I actually worked as the social events manager at my weightlifting club, so I was in charge of organizing any social or competitive events put on by the club. So my prior experience in a really similar role, I think, could be of value to the CLSA.
Alright, second question. How would you collaborate with other club members and students on campus to enhance the success of social events?
I think that collaborating effectively requires me to collaborate with other CLSA members and ensure that any events planned align with the objectives of the CLSA. Additionally, I would leverage any partnerships we have with other clubs on campus so that we can pool resources and push engagement and attendance for these events.
Ways that I would collaborate with other team members on campus and within the CLSA, very similar to McKenna, just kind of talking to other team members and kind of asking what the vision is for the CLSA, but also reaching out to other students on campus, kind of seeing what events that they're interested in, what they would like to get out of the CLSA, and just things that would help them, barring social events, but just even workshops or helpful things that they would enjoy outside of classes. Yeah. just things that people enjoy and bring people together and foster that community.
What do you think sets you apart from other applicants for this position?
I think the main thing that sets me apart in this position is not only the past experience, but the life experience I have, having traveled, I've lived in other countries, and just having done a degree before this postgrad degree, I feel that I'm comfortable interacting with a lot of different types of people and a lot of different types of personalities, and able to kind of ask people what they want for things and collaborate in ways that everyone can kind of get something that they want out of social events, just from a person, and just being that friendly face that people around that people find easy to talk to. I find that's something that really sets me apart for this position.
I believe that my experience in a nearly identical position at home sets me apart. So I have a combination of event planning experience as well as my passion for creating that inclusive environment that I think sets me apart. Yeah, that's it.
All right, we move to competition. So JP, why do you think you'd be a good fit for this position?
I think it'd be a really good fit for this position, mainly from my experience this year participating in the Pro J Moot. Although I'm just first sem, my partner and I made it to the semi-final round, so I think we were able to get a really good grasp on how these moots are run, how they're kind of organized, and at the same time, a little bit of a passion was ignited for me in the moot. Stepping out of the comfort zone, I think, gave me a lot of confidence, and finding some success was great as well. So I think it'd be a great fit because I'm passionate to help other students have a similar experience.
Yeah, you can touch on it, but what experience do you have in, I guess, running in competitions or competing in them or extracurriculars?
So I've never run a competition per se, and then aside from the Pro Justicia Moot, I've had a very competitive experience playing sports, but one that's kind of a fun fact is I was part of a bagpipes band back in Toronto. I was like the lead snare drummer in that band, and we would do lots of competitions. So they were pretty high levels. You had to be there, but but there's a lot of preparation that went into it, and I think being very proactive is extremely important in high level competitions.
And then what is something unique you wish to bring to your role?
So specifically for this role, I think that I have a really strong ability to connect with people, which will be great both inside the CLSA and outside as well. So again, my goal is to make the moot seem maybe a bit less scary to up and coming mooters. I know that it is extremely intimidating, and that's part of why they're so great, because you are taking a sleep. But I want to be able to kind of foster inclusivity in there, make it a little bit more appealing to people who are considering it.
Hand off to Parvez.
All right, so that would move us into the alumni. Karen, why do you think you would be a good fit for this position?
So I think I'm a good fit for this position, not only because I'm the only person that applied for it, but because I'm a fourth semester JD student, and I have a lot of connections with current students, and I've been to the past two Lord Denning's luncheons, and I understand how important it is for graduates to have that ceremony, to be able to experience graduating from law school, because a bunch of us aren't able to actually attend our real graduation. So I understand how important it is, and I think I would be honored to be able to plan the next two Lord Denning luncheons and be able to make it special for graduates.
Can you walk us through a successful event you've organized in the past? What were the key factors that contributed to its success?
So to mind, I think there's a bunch of events that I've helped plan, and also for them to be, like, they've become successful. I think some of the key factors that contribute to success, especially in events, comes to strong leadership, and anyone that's worked with me, especially in team assignments, know that I'm a natural born leader, and I like to take charge, and I like to delegate, and I also delegate work to those who can handle the work that I'm delegating to them. And I think that also the fact that you have a passion for it and you care as well too, and I know that I definitely care, especially for graduates, because I think that they deserve to have a special moment, and I think that I would be an amazing alumni director for their ceremonies.
So last question would be, what are your best qualities in maintaining a positive relationship with an alumni network?
I think my best qualities would be I'm very professional, and I'm also personable at the same time. For myself, I'm able to maintain a professional connection with alumni and lawyers and also have a personal connection with them. Before this, I used to work at a law firm back home in Canada, and I still keep close connections with the lawyers I've worked for, and the managing partners. And I think it's important to keep those connections open because it shows your personality and also shows who you are as an individual. And keeping those connections are great, especially for getting jobs afterwards and helping others too.
Alright, so just one more question for all you guys. So we obviously have events such as Buddy Night, Club Sign On, or Denning, and anything that these two want to plan on for the next semester. Attendance is mandatory for all CLSA members. Is that something that, is there going to be a problem for you guys, or just a yes or no? Are you guys able to make it?
I've already been to all the CLSA events so far, so I don't think that would be an issue for me.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be present.
I will definitely not miss it.
I'll accommodate around my schedule, yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah, I'll be there DJing Buddy Night again. What's up?
Alright everyone, that's all the questions that we had for you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this. And everyone else who came here, thank you for attending and getting to know your candidates.
Hi, my name is Fatima. I'm running for the Marketing Director for CLSA's upcoming semester 251. I'm sorry I couldn't make it today. So I would be a good fit for this position because of my experience in the social media field and the marketing field, especially as a former marketing associate. I think I will be a good addition to this team. Usually when I have a tight deadline to meet, I usually just write down all the tasks on a piece of paper and then I prioritize them based on what's more important. So for example, if it's very, very important, then I put the number 1 beside it. If it's not that important, given like the time frame, then I might put it as like number 3 or 4, and that way I can just kind of visually see what I need to work on first. So my experience using Canva includes being part of the Middle Eastern Association. So I've actually designed our logo using Canva. I'm very familiar with that platform and I think it's very beneficial, especially as a marketing director for CLSA in this upcoming semester.